Welcome to Backstories, the podcast where we dig deep into the untold tales behind the people, places, and moments that shape our world. Every month, we'll uncover the hidden narratives that inspire, surprise, and challenge us. So, grab your headphones and get ready to journey into the past, one backstory at a time.
All right, so first up tonight, we're going with a crowd favorite, one of our regulars, Tony.
I want you all to think back to your childhood and remember that irresistible urge you had to, take a chance, maybe make some mistakes, but growing your world little by little each time you did. Well, that describes me, trying what life had to offer and not worrying too much about the consequences. That mindset basically got me into a day at Scared Straight, but this is a whole other story. Back before the internet and cable television, opportunities were knocking on the door every single day, and I remember being 11 or 12 in my little Pennsylvania hometown and personally witnessing the end of an era. The open water reservoir that was up on the hill and just a few hundred yards across the street from my house was being drained, filled in, and a huge water tower was going to be built in its place. The reservoir was like a concrete swimming pool as big as a small lake, which provided me and my friends hours of fun. Swimming in the summers when it was really hot outside, you find that break in the fence and then go swimming around in the town's drinking water supply. But I don't think we knew that. Needless to say, the fun was short-lived that year because the water was drained and the process of filling it in began. So what we were left with was just a big hole in the ground and piles of dirt, which were being moved from the new tower's location just a stone's throw away and into the old reservoir. And there was some construction equipment that was, laying around not being used on the weekend. The ultimate 50-acre playground for a kid, right? And you probably know where this was going, right? Seize the occasion. So me and my best good friend were still in the early stages of getting to know one another, and he was a fellow adventurer like myself from up on the mountain, a far away and exotic place, but without a reservoir or these amazing piles of dirt. "Hey, Mike, get your mom to drive you down here for a sleepover." "Sure," he said. And the first thing Saturday morning, we checked out of the house early and ran right up that hill to do some exploring. And there it was, a big yellow back ho, ho, ho. And the key was right there in the ignition. What if we could start this thing? And we could. Do we even know how to drive it? Well, we figured it out. And off we went. It was parked a little too close to an old barbed wire fence that somehow got stuck on the digger bucket thing. So we watched the wire pull off each fence post, and we just giggled as we drove it away. And into the morning, we probably spent a few hours or so fine-tuning our futures as construction workers. I mean, who else out there is driving one of these things at 13? The only operational error we really made was figuring out how to shut it off. So it just sat there and idled all weekend until I finally got the nerve to go back up there on Sunday afternoon and figure out how to kill the engine, which I did after a good while. It was just a button that you hold down, but in the moment, I think that the fear of getting caught was so great that figuring it out earlier just didn't register. So in the end, we did get caught by a neighbor who said to me later, "I saw you boys up there on the hill driving that back ho-ho-ho around," to which I wanted to say, "You know there, fella, temptation resisted is pleasure lost." But I actually don't remember what I said. It was probably something like, "Please, Mr. Sir, don't tell my parents," or I begged for mercy. But or should I say we, did get away with it, and the parents never found out. So that's all. Thank you.